And Peter modified and said, kiss the poor, kiss the farmer. But still chanting and contextualized that the slogan, kill the poor, kill the farmer, when the guerrillas were entering the country from Limpopo, inside the country, the Boers in the front line deployed the commandos who were the farmers. And the commandos will capture and kill guerrillas in Limpopo on the other side of Bembe, coming from the side of Louis Trichardt, crossing the Limpopo River from the side of Zimbabwe, infiltrating the country. And then the Boers will kill our comrades. And that is why, deep in Angola, they composed a slogan and said, when you enter and infiltrate the country, kill the poor, kill the farmer. It had to change because now we are in power. Peter then said, kiss the poor and kiss the farmer. Peter MOKABA understood, comrades, the distinction between emotion, anger, and militancy. You know what moved us as revolutionaries? It is the ideas. It is the suffering of our people. Any injustice meted against one of our own, it made us move and occupy the streets and fight racism. That is militancy. It's not anger. Anger is when you are emotional and then you are just ravaging at random without any substance. Now militancy, what made you to stand against an injustice meted against one of your own. And that made you to go to the streets. It is militancy. It is because our revolutionary movement in its outlook is anti-racism. Our revolutionary movement is against tendencies such as tribalism. Ramshwan understood that as much as he was petty, he was growing in a South African nation that was characterized by many tribes. And they never, when we look at leadership, begin to say what language is he speaking? Where does he come from? Why is ANC dominated by Xhosas or Zulus? What about the Pedis? What about the vendors? The ANC have always understood and defeated the demon of tribalism. The very thing that led to the existence and the formation of the ANC was ANC uniting the African people in what we define today in the content of the National Democratic Revolution as a liberation of Africans in particular and blacks in general. The ANC was about the unity of the African people. In 1912, unity of the African people when African people were fighting wars and even fighting among themselves. The ANC emerged and united them against tribalism, petty tribalism. As we remember Pitamuka Ramshwan, through Seiko, we campaigned and fought against destructive tendencies like Ulo. Older people in the villages were being killed, and then they were being associated with witchcraft. Pitamuka led the ANC youth through Seiko against those tendencies. The ANC Youth League of Pitamuka, of Antel Lembele, must champion the cause in the organization to fight against petty tendencies in the ANC. Don't look at the person what language he speaks before you elect them. Look at the cadre. You have achieved what we never achieved in our time in the Youth League. You've got a Youth League that is led by young women. I'm very proud standing here and see so many young women in the ANC Youth League. We have never had that. But we did have a Secretary General of the Youth League who were women, Vuiswa and Philippe Potgieter. The ANC Youth League is your vehicle, comrade. And as the Secretary General of the ANC, when we remember Ramshwan, we must work and not be curtailed from convening a conference because of money. We are going to raise money and you are going to have a conference. We are tired of task teams. We want leaders. Launch the ANC Youth League. It will be an indictment on me. It will be an indictment on all of them I serve with in the ANC National Executive Committee. We are going to take you to conference screaming and kicking. And help us, comrades. Help us. And give the youth of South Africa the leadership it needs. But you must debate leadership and then you must debate the issues, you must have an organization. I don't care what Joy thinks or non-member. I care about what you members of the Youth League you are going to give us. Because I don't want in the next 5 years to be babysitting ANC Youth League. I want before April conference Sabidudes. We want to give the youth of our country leadership of the Youth League. And that leadership is going to come here in this hall and everywhere in the country. You must work to find each other. You were divided by the ANC conference. You even forget your own conference. Others were choosing this direction, others were not choosing this direction. Now, when we remember Peter MOKABA, and the best birthday we must give to him is to report to him. And I speak to Ramshwana because, comrades, when Peter was removed, he said to me, Comrade Secretary General of the Youth League, let's go to Lutuli House and reclaim the ANC. Peter MOKABA, when he died, he was the head of elections of the ANC. He was at 6th floor, we were at 7th floor. And then he died. And today we are reporting to him on the 7th. Comrade President, everything you taught us, we kept it alive to this day. And today, when we celebrate your birthday, we are talking on the podium when the ANC Youth League have achieved the result of occupying the central position in the African National Congress. Comrades, not only that, more than half of the ANC National Executive Committee, it is led by the ANC Youth League. Ramshwan, we don't know what that result will mean in terms of the ANC politics. But we can promise you that we'll defend the ANC till the end. And the ANC will emerge victorious in 2024. It will emerge victorious because the ANC is a weapon at the disposal of the people of South Africa and the world. It is the ANC that represents progressive ideas and that constitutes the disciplined force of the left. Comrades, our people do not care who becomes a minister. What our people want from us, they want us to do away with load shedding. That's what our people want. If this is what makes you militant, not angry, we are friends in the struggle. Who becomes a leader cannot move you as a point of militancy, because anyone can occupy any role. But if you are moved by the fact that there is poverty, there is unemployment, and young people have been ravaged by nyaupe and drugs, and we must formulate a response to that urgent task, then we are in the revolution. If we are moved by the fact that women cannot walk free in the streets and women are still defined as sexual objects depending on what they wear, then you stand up against that, then we're in the revolution. And if you understand that the majority of our people, the dispossessed, still don't have land, and the ANC must lead that particular struggle, then we are in the revolution. There must be no apology about that. It is the resolution of our conference. We come from a very important conference that have begun to give meaning and shape the direction our revolution must take, supported by the leadership that is elected. The ANC Youth League must be at the center of those struggles in the name of Peter MOKABA. Comrades, the ANC is facing what is called existential crisis, which in terms of our intervention, we talk renewal. And when I say renewal or death, I don't mean our own death, I mean the death of the ANC. We're not facing what the opponents are saying against us. The question is, how organized are we to defend the revolution? Our opponents are worried about us because they think in this existential crisis, we are finally facing the death knell in 2024. It is the ANC and the Youth League. It is literally in our hands to do the right things, to defend the revolution. Not what our opponents are saying. What do we say about renewal? If we don't renew, we face death. This organization will die. Peter MOKABA coined the concept, adapt or die. Ramshwar, rather die to a man than to let the enemy pass. 1987, we were in Grootfontein Maximum Prison with Rapu Mulikani and comrades from Soweto, comrades arrested, young people being arrested. Peter MOKABA being arrested and tortured by John Foster Square. And he spoke to us and he said, the president, rather die to a man than to let the enemy pass. That's what Peter MOKABA said. And he only inspired us to continue with the struggle. Joining the organization was not the business of everybody. It meant death. It meant everything taken away from you. The privilege of getting educated. The possibility of becoming anything in life was taken away from the youth of our country. Comrades, we are not going to reminisce about the past. It is upon us now to determine what must happen going into the future and defend the African National Congress. Now, the renewal program is a program of the ANC. And that renewal speaks to us. If we don't change our ways of doing things, our people will take this right of theirs to vote away and face the other direction. The self-serving attitude among some of us must go away. We must not define the organization and to serve as a moment of friendship. We came from a conference, comrades, we contested. Other people lost there. And other people lost, but they are still our comrades. We must not use conferences when you are in power, you chase comrades. You think that is politics. We need everybody now in the ANC. The only ones who will let go are those who are incorrigible. And anyway, they've decided to leave without even touching them. We know, comrades, of some moves of some angry comrades who want to form political parties in order to decrease the majority of the ANC. Look at them and understand what makes them to be so angry. We have reached a moment now in terms of the ANC where we've got to be principled. We are not going to do things that will compromise the ANC. People are stealing, they are running down municipalities, and then they expect us to look at them and smile. It's not going to happen. You connive, you work against the ANC from within, we find you, we warn you, you don't listen, we will trample upon you, because the moment of renewal does not need English, comrades. It needs the truth. The moment of renewal in the name of MOKABA does not need a lot of English and concocted theories that are not based on any tools of analysis we have been taught. The moment to act and to act decisive is now. Anybody, and I'm saying now, anybody who serves as a mayor, as a councillor, as a cabinet minister, they must earn it. If you are a cabinet minister, you don't work, why should we keep you there, sleeping on the job? Cabinet ministers must be busy. And my job as the SG is to tell the president, no to no. Makahame. That's my job. We must not speak a lot of English. President, why are you keeping people who are sleeping on the job? When we've got an abundance of talent here, we want runners, sifuna bagijimi. You can't have a minister of transport. You can't have a minister of transport who is not even known by his own child. And then umuntu uthi minister, bathi kana ubani lo? Ubani? Who's the Minister of Agriculture? Ubani? Who's the Minister of Arts and Culture? Ubani? Who's the Minister of Economy? Ubani? Ministers must be known. They must do their job, or they will ship out. I'm saying that, comrades, even if it means I've got to say it for myself. The ANC gave me a job of transport. I did not sleep. And then I'm happy for the president to appoint the next person. And anyone, including these MECs in the provinces, the only thing they know is the next conference. You think that to be an MEC is a fashion parade, or to be a mayor? You are a mayor, you don't do your job. Just like here in Mangaung. Who's the mayor here? with them. We will evaluate them and we will ask questions. Why do we still have a mayor? Why do we have a mayor in Mangaung who we don't know what he's doing? Why? Why should we have a mayor, or anyone for that matter? Otherwise, sizophuthwa ipower ihambe because of slippers. Abantu abanele nje emsebenzini. We're not going to do that. In the name of Peter MOKABA, we must be very clear. You are given an opportunity to serve our people. The time where people sit on positions and they know that they cannot be touched is over. We will touch them. If Ramaphosa can wake up at 4 o'clock, go to Africa, fly, come back, and address rallies in the country, as a minister, when a person, when you are given a job, you must earn it. Sitho sithi no comrade uyasebenza ubusy, umatasa. And then you sitting there, you having a good time, thina siyabulawa na door to door. Wena uhleli kamnandi nje. Uenjoya ukuba umeya. Unganjani umeya ungabi busy? You must be busy. We give them power, comrades. As I conclude, we give them power. We do a door to door. They go and give away that power. They go and vote with the opposition. Because they don't know where that power comes from. Bayahamba, bayohlala ebusuku, bavotele opposition. We will not tolerate a fifth column in the ANC. It starts now and it ends here. And that's what is going to happen. Comrade Peter MOKABA was a young lion. And he taught us well. When we leave here, comrades, when we go and celebrate January 8th statement, tomorrow, when we leave, we will start here in Mangaung. We are going to clean before 5 days. We will proceed to the rest of the country. The only ones who will be kept are those who are doing their job. And Western Cape, we must go to Western Cape and liberate our people from the clutches of the DA. There in Western Cape, you are fighting over something you don't have. You don't have power, comrades. You don't have power, but you are fighting. You are fighting over something you don't have. We must go to the Western Cape and reclaim it. We must go to Nelson Mandela. And then we must come to Gauteng. and defend the revolution in Gauteng. Everywhere in the country we must consolidate. But we can only consolidate if there is discipline in the ANC. We cannot afford to have 15 people, members of the NEC, leaking NEC information to the media. And then NEC members speaking in tongues on one subject. The NEC, it must be defined by one message, many voices. The NEC must lead from the front when it comes to discipline. We must not talk at a go about different things. There must be discipline in the organization. And by saying discipline, comrades, you must understand it politically. It does not mean that we don't tolerate dissent, dissenting views. We tolerate dissent as a principle. Discipline means you don't work in the organization like as if we are running, even a spaza shop is run better. It is something else you can't define. And discipline does not mean anarchy, because anarchy is the highest state of disorder. So the ANC Youth League must be at the center of those struggles. When people see us after tomorrow, they must see a rejuvenated ANC on the ground. An ANC that comes out of conference resolved, decisive about what needs to happen. We're not going to waste time, comrades. Many things are going to happen quick and fast. Quick and fast. We don't want to waste time. It is the 7th of January, and we remember Peter MOKABA, and I conclude, comrades, by saying the following. In conclusion, the legacy of Peter MOKABA must galvanize us into action that gives practical expression to our commitment of renewal of the ANC. This process needs a thorough assessment of the challenges that face the movement. The process of renewing the ANC requires of the movement to conduct a process of self-criticism. It is against this understanding that Mao Zedong, in this article on rectifying the party style of work, said, I quote, "We want to lead the people in overthrowing the enemy. And so we must keep our ranks in good order. We must march in step." It is this high level of consciousness and conscience that President Mbeki, in his speech during commemoration of June 16 in 2008, challenged the young people of South Africa and said, I quote, "Good role models among us, the best young lions, must be those who work with the community, who help the poor, who volunteer to help improve their neighborhoods, who give due respect to other members of the community, including the elderly and people with disabilities, and those who respect the values of Ubuntu and good moral conduct." This is how we should remember Comrade Ramushwana Peter MOKABA. Amandla! Awethu! Kiwathabata! Kiwata! Kiwatabata! Kiwata! Kiyamarumo! Asija! Kiyamarumo! Asija!
illegal state-owned enterprises is sleeping on it. We are very sure that you are going to ensure that he is gone. The national organizer to do a vote of thanks. From there we'll adjourn the program. Comrade Bragi.
Members who have made sure that all the bills